Well, it's time for another episode of the JoshCast, and I just made this amazing realization that if I use the headphones, I think I might get better sound. And now I will rule the world with my podcast. That's the sentence that I just said. I will rule the world with my podcast. To me, is the most depressing sentence that I have said in the last month. Man, that's just, I'm going to rule the world with my podcast. Oh, my God. Oh, God. It has not been a good couple of weeks. I thought I had a bladder emergency because I kept having to pee every 10 minutes, so I went to the doctor. And they have determined that it's probably not bad. That was the word that was used. Probably not. Probably. I got a probably. Probably not. That probably is going to kill me. But what's apparently happening is I'm having bladder spasms. So instead of the bladder just pushing everything out in one nice push, it's coming out in fits and starts. My bladder has a stutter. That's what's going on. That's how that's happening. And what causes it? Well, they told me caffeine. I have to cut out all caffeine. And the problem is, the only reason I'm drinking the caffeine, I'm drinking the tea, I'm drinking the green tea, so that I don't get prostate cancer. So now I can't drink the green tea anymore. So I don't. The thing I was trying to do to avoid bladder problems has led to other bladder problems. I don't know what to do with this equipment. I don't know what to do with it. The bladder, the testicles, the prostate. It feels like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the rent situation that I have to deal with, because I have to find a new place to live, and I keep looking at all these places, and I don't think I even need a kitchen. I need a room and a shower and a parking space. That's it. That's all I need. That is all I need. And I almost feel that way with my own sex organs. I don't need. It'd be so much easier can I get like I don't need the deluxe model here. I just need the basics. The scary thing about this bladder thing is that it has a lot of the same symptoms as very serious illnesses. And this is a recurring theme, is things keep happening to me that the symptoms are, oh, you're going to die in a month, and then it turns out that it's this other thing that is not the serious illness. I keep being faked out. That's what it feels like. My body keeps faking me out. My body is pulling pranks on me. That's what it... Yes, my body is treating me like... I feel like my body thinks it's Ashton Kutcher on Punk'd. That's too dated a reference, isn't it? But it's very aggravating. Very aggravating. And there's that, and then... and that's just... Oh, the other thing that's hard is... every time something like this happens, I have to go to the doctor and pay for the doctor's appointment. And it costs money. Basically, what has happened is I am paying a lot of money for someone to tell me I'm okay, which feels good for about a month, and then something else happens, and I freak out, and I have to go get paid to be told that I'm okay. And then something else happens, and then I pay money, and they say, well, you're probably okay, but we need to do another test. But we'll schedule that test in a month. So I'm freaking out about that. Then that test comes back okay, knock on wood, until the day that it doesn't come back okay, and then I'm dead. But in between the time that I'm dead, I'm constantly worrying about being dead and not living. And this is how my life goes. And this is what I do. Back and forth. The funny thing is that when I imagine living, for some reason the image that keeps popping into my head is going into an LA nightclub. And if I was really living, I'd be spending times at the club. I have no idea why that's coming into my head. I have no desire to go to a club. But I guess I feel like the only way to get laid is to go to the nightclub, which is totally not true. can do it online. There's a lot of other things I could do. I mean, I'm the kind of person who should probably go to a drawing class and hope I meet someone there who's equally depressed and miserable, and the two of us cobble out something resembling a life together. This podcast is designed for people who are feeling too happy. And they're going, you know what, life is going too good. I need to slow it down. I need to find some balance. Let's get some depression on. That's what this podcast is for. But I'm also having to deal with a caffeine withdrawal. So now I'm not peeing as much, but I'm tired all the time. There's just no way to win. That's really the theme of this podcast on this episode. There's just no way to win. And it's raining today. I can't stand the rain. I really can't stand the rain. I know that the rain is important. I know there's a vast ecosystem that's involved, but I get even more depressed in the rain. Like I'm only depressed when it's sunny. But then when it rains, it's just It's just another reminder that I'm single. Because what should be happening in an ideal world when it's raining is that I'm cuddling with my boo or my bae. Is that the term now? Bae? By a fireplace. And I have so much money, I don't have to actually clean the fireplace. I hire a manservant to clean the fireplace. It doesn't have to be a manservant. It could be a servant of any gender. I don't particularly care. But there is something comforting about a manservant, because I'd want to get a manservant that was also like a martial arts expert, so if I was ever attacked, the manservant could come to my rescue. Like the manservant used to be a mercenary, fighting in some Central American conflict back in the 80s. And now I want Alfred. That's exactly what I want. Wouldn't that be great? He cleans the house and he can kill people. There's really nothing better than Alfred. If you don't know who Alfred is, that's Batman's butler. If you don't know who Batman is, if you don't know who Batman is, he's a billionaire who is a comic book character. If you really don't know who Batman is, I don't want you to think that, I don't want you to listen to this podcast, go out there thinking that Batman is real and, get made fun of at a party. I would feel horrible about that. So Batman is a fictional character in comic books who is a billionaire by day, and by night is a crime fighter who dresses in a bat because he believes that criminals will be afraid of bats and people dressed as bats. Now, I don't know if most criminals are afraid of bats. I feel like there's a lot of criminals who have different phobias that may or may not be bat-related. But I do think that a criminal would be afraid of anybody dressed in anything that is not normal. Theoretically. So maybe, it's fine that he's choosing the bat, because that's what he was afraid of, so there's a personal connection. But theoretically, as long as you dress in any way that is not normal and you're menacing, I would imagine that would be threatening. If you dressed as End Table Man, and part of your costume is as an end table, and it makes absolutely no sense, that would be I'd be concerned if you're walking up to me, with purpose, and and your cape is just a giant table without legs. That would creep me out. What are you about? End Table Man. I think there's something there. If DC doesn't jump on that, I'm sure Marvel will. Would he have a fear of end tables? And why end tables? Well, you got to respect the foresight of the end table. And it's designed to be put on another piece of furniture and so that it flows. Not unlike the martial arts. See, there's your justification for End Table Man. At any rate, ideal world, in the rain, I'm there with my bae and my butler/ninja. I mean, he wouldn't be in the room while we were cuddling. That'd be awkward. But he would be present. He would be present enough to know if there was danger. Then I feel guilty. I mean, does he get a day off? Okay, so I have two butlers. So that way they can have vacations. Maybe 3, just for good. I'm like, if I'm that loaded, I'd have 3. If I were that, I would be Bruce Wayne, but not the Batman part. But yes, I would be there with my girlfriend, cuddling. Cuddling and not talking. Is that too much to ask? I feel like if I say that, that would piss off all women. Not talking. Because we have to talk. I know we have to talk, but just the cuddle, just being present, cuddling. Crying in her lap. That's what I mean by cuddling, by the way. Crying in her lap. That's what I mean. That would be my ideal. That would be my ideal day.